Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Book Notification Podcast, your go-to source for this week's new book releases. Today, we're looking at the week from January 5th to January 11th. There are nearly 400 new books releasing this week with plenty of exciting titles, but there is no way that we could cover them all. Visit booknotification.com to explore the full list of this week's new books. You can also follow your favorite authors so you'll be the first to know when their next book is available. As always, we have 10 books to highlight with a little something for everybody. Let's get into it. The New York Times best-selling author of The Paris Wife, Paula McLain, returns with Skylark. In 1664 Paris, Alouette Valand, the daughter of a master dyer, is imprisoned in the asylum while trying to free her unjustly jailed father, where she finds unexpected allies and a path towards resistance. In 1939, medical student Christoph Larsen begins his career as the Nazi occupation threatens his Jewish neighbors, forcing him to risk everything to protect them. Set in the hidden world beneath Paris's grandeur, the novel traces two parallel stories of confinement, courage, and moral choice, linked across centuries by acts of defiance and compassion. Skylark will be released on January 6th. Starborn is the first in a new sci-fi series by Jasper T. Scott. When interstellar explorer Aldrich Vale traces a rogue signal to a forgotten system, he discovers Earth, a populated world deliberately hidden from the wider galaxy by immortal elites who rule it in secret. Stranded after his ship is disabled, Aldrich works to infiltrate the Cabal and reveal the planet's true history. His mission becomes complicated when he crosses paths with Lena Hart, a journalist uncovering the same conspiracy. As danger closes in, Aldrich must choose between exposing the truth to free billions or protecting the one person who has made Earth feel like home. Starborn begins on January 11th. The Archer's Wish is a new romance from USA Today bestselling author Hildie McQueen. Once a feared warrior, Liam McRae is left physically and emotionally broken after a devastating injury ends his life on the battlefield. Now dependent on others and burdened by shame, he struggles to accept a future without honor or purpose. Beatrice Lewis, a healer's apprentice assigned to his care, becomes his quiet anchor, challenging his belief that he is beyond repair. As duty, danger, and rumors of a miracle collide, Liam must decide whether to cling to his wounded pride or risk rebuilding a life and heart he never expected to reclaim. Find The Archer's Wish on January 5th. The Apothecary is the first book in the Beckett Fernsby Adventure series by Blaise Ward. Beckett would love nothing more than to stay in medical and deal with his unusual duties as ship's apothecary. Compounding medicines, acupuncture, herbalism, psychology, and yes, occasional surgery. However, adventure will not leave him alone, dragging him off the ship time and time again to save the galaxy. The Apothecary, a new kind of science fiction hero, whether he likes it or not. The Apothecary begins the series on January 10th. Main Character Energy is a new romance by Kendall Ryan. Andy Callahan, a morgue technician in a quiet coastal town near Boston, prefers the predictability of the dead to the complications of the living. Her routine is disrupted by Cole Hartley, a well-liked firefighter paramedic whose persistence and charm challenge her carefully maintained distance. What begins as a lighthearted bet slowly draws Andy out of her isolation, forcing her to confront long-avoided emotions. As their lives intersect, both must reconsider what safety, connection, and fulfillment truly mean. Find your main character energy on January 7th. Evelyn Sosa's The Rose and the Crown is a pull-no-punches tale of desire, danger, and the fight to trust in a small town where everyone's hiding something. Eden Rose, a physical therapist and the sheriff's daughter, is drawn into a dangerous connection with Ripley King, a biker with a criminal past. after he saves her from a drugging at his nightclub. As their attraction deepens, Eden is pulled between her controlled life, her family's expectations, and Ripley's involvement in Shadow Cove's criminal underworld. With secrets closing in from both sides, she must decide whether their relationship can survive the risks, or if it will unravel everything she's built. The Rose and the Crown will be released on January 9th. Pulitzer Prize-winning author Eric Lichtblau returns with this week's nonfiction pick, American Reich. In early 2018, Ivy League student Blaze Bernstein was murdered after meeting a former high school classmate in Orange County, California. Using Blaze's life and death as a focal point, this nonfiction account examines the rise of neo-Nazi extremism and organized hate in Southern California and beyond, tracing the region's long history as a stronghold of far-right ideology. The book connects one killing to a broader national pattern of radicalization, racism, and violence, exploring how personal tragedy intersects with the deeper fractures shaping modern American society. American Reich will be available starting January 6th. The Patty Byrne Cozy Mystery Series by Carly Winter begins with Dearly Departed. When flight attendant Patricia Byrne discovers her neighbor Charles murdered, she refuses to accept the assumptions others make about her or the case. As police focus on a small circle of suspects, Patty begins uncovering secrets Charles kept hidden from everyone. When a threat is left in her apartment, she must decide whether to step away or continue investigating at her own risk. Determined to be taken seriously, Patty pushes forward, knowing that finding the truth may be the only way to save herself. Dearly Departed leaves on January 8th. The Affinity Collector is the first in a new fantasy isekai lit RPG series by Jonathan Brooks. After 8-year-old Weldon dies in a Nexus rift far beyond his abilities, his body is inhabited by a soul from Earth. Armed with modern knowledge and the rare light and energy affinities, the new Weldon can use magic in unprecedented ways and unlock additional affinities. To survive, he must escape deadly risks, avoid powerful factions seeking to control him, and endure life at a magical academy filled with equally gifted children. His goal is simple but dangerous: stay alive long enough to master his powers and collect every affinity he can. Find The Infinity Collector on January 7th. Finally, we have 16 Forever by New York Times bestselling author Lance Rubin. Carter relives his 16th birthday every year, resetting his age and memories while the rest of the world moves forward. When the cycle begins again, his girlfriend Maggie realizes he no longer remembers their relationship and decides it may be kinder to let it end. But as Carter senses gaps in his past, and Maggie struggles with what she's hiding, the two are drawn back together. With another reset approaching, and Maggie preparing to leave for college, they must decide whether a relationship can survive when one of them is forever stuck in time. Find 16 Forever on January 6th. That's our 10 books for this week. Until next time, you can check out booknotification.com. Book Notification offers an easy way to track your reading list, follow your favorite authors, and never miss a new release. Our website is completely free to use, and it's packed with features to make your reading life easier. You can follow your favorite authors and get notified whenever they release new books. We send out an email every Tuesday with a list of fresh releases from the authors you love, but that's not all. You can track your reading progress, mark books as read, rate and review them, and even import your data from Goodreads, Calibre, Libby, and more. Want to discover something new? Check out Reader's Roulette for book recommendations, or use our personalized book release calendar to stay up to date with the latest titles. You can even tag books with custom labels, just like on Goodreads shelves, and get tailored recommendations for what to read next based on your current book. Whether you're looking for books in publication or want to see them listed in chronological order, we've got it covered. Plus, all of our authors are audited by real people, so you know the information is accurate. So why not give it a try and join the thousands of readers already using our site to stay on top of their reading game. Thank you for listening, and I'll be back next week with another 10 books.